the faith, smile and keep the faith, smile and keep the faith, smile and keep the faith. Positivity is something you should have, so just stick around and tune in to Camron Davis Podcast, a place to talk about sports and elevating each other to be the greatest through different forms of motivation, such as sensation when you finish an episode and use a lesson you learned on this rocky road called life. But take it one step at a time and everything will be alright. Alright, yeah. Believe in yourself, cause you can do it, and trust the process in your journey, you never lose it, cause you are destined to be great. So all you have to do is smile and keep the faith.
What's up, everybody? I appreciate you tuning in to another episode of the Camron Davis Podcast. You're listening to the voice. How it sound? Camron Davis. And you already know, episode 23 by now. You already know I can't do some things in life alone. I got my big dog with me. You see him. He alive and well in the flesh. David Michael Castillo. What it
yes,
do,
sir.
big bro?
In the flesh.
Yeah.
Appreciate y'all. Hey, what's going on, Cam?
Hey, man, I can't complain. You know what I'm saying? Can't call it, Doc. Another day, another opportunity. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Another day, another opportunity. Man, I'm excited. I'm excited for this one. I knew once we established our topics and what we wanted to talk about, we got to the who, the what, when, where. This one right here, the why. Why did it happen, man? It's an exciting topic to talk about, but also a sensitive topic to talk about, man, because a lot of people, they go through stuff in their life, and the number one question that they ask is why? Why do I have to go through what I'm going through? But before we get into the topic and what we're talking about, man, big dog, I just want to say I still appreciate all the supporters, all the listeners out there, the day one supporters that's rocking with us. You know what I'm saying? Give it up to them that's rocking with us. Despite if I send it out to you or if I don't send it out to you, you know what I'm saying? I appreciate y'all supporting and things like that. The ones that I got about 90 to 100 that's steady rocking with us. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm talking about, man. Appreciate y'all.
For sure, man. So appreciate them. Like I'm saying, I may not be able to reach everybody with every message that I do, but I like all 100 listeners. I can't reach them. I can't give them, and I'm not going to be able to touch all 100 listeners. But all I need is just one. All I need is just one person to change their perspective and what they're going through, man. Because what they say, I'm just a nobody.
Trying to tell everybody
about somebody
that can
save it. Yeah, that can save anybody, man. Save or change anybody, man. So that's all I want to do. And I'm super excited about this episode 23. We talked about the who can you trust? We talked about the what have you learned? We talked about who, what, when is it time? And then we talked about the where will my faith lead me? And now, telling the story, the 5 W's. The fifth W is why. Why did it happen? Why did it happen? Why did it happen? Man, we face situations or decisions, and we want to gain a deeper context or understanding or justification. And the most asked question is why, right? Why is it happening? Why is God choosing me to go through this right now? Why is this happening, and what is going on in this situation, right? No matter the age, we got a wide variety of listeners, from my 11th grade students, not 11th grade, my 11-year-old students, 12-year-old students, to those that are my age in their 20s, those in your age that are in their 30s, my parents' age, 40s, 50s, right? And then also the church members. We got a wide variety of listeners that tune into this podcast, right? But no matter your age, right, we've all gone through something, or we all will go through something. Things are going to occur as we continue to live. Unfortunate things will happen in your life, and what we don't understand is sometimes why. Why are these unfortunate things happening in my life? There's someone listening who has lost a family member or a loved one. Okay, whether that's from sickness, disease, cancer, by age, suicide, accidents, or gun violence. We've all lost someone, or somebody's listening has lost someone or lost a loved one from death, right? And the number one question that is asked is why? Not who did it, not what happened, not when did this happen, not where did this happen, but why did this happen, right? Why did this happen? There's someone who's been fired from their job or didn't get hired for the job that they wanted. And the number one question that they ask is not who is replacing me, not what happened on the job, not where will I find my next job, not when will I find my next job, but why did I lose my job, or why did I lose this opportunity? Why did it happen? There's been someone who had what seems to be everything going right for them in their life, right? Everything seemed to be going right in their life, and a situation arises that they don't understand, right? Their parents got divorced, right? A relationship has become separated, right? We had to move to a different place. And the number one question that is asked is why? Why did it happen? Why is what's going on right now occurring in my life when I felt like I was doing everything right? I was reading my Bible, right? I was listening and tuning in to the podcast. I was going to church on Sundays, but yet still bad things happen in my life. So why are they happening? Okay? Why are they happening? An athlete, right? Maybe at the top and the peak of his career, but yet an injury comes upon him and he asks, why did it happen? I remember when I was in middle school. Okay, I'm gonna tell this quick story. I remember when I was in middle school, I tore my MCL and my PCL in my knee, 8th grade year. Okay, I was playing football, getting ready to go to 9th grade, getting ready to go to high school, and I had an injury occur upon me. Right, I got tackled, tore my MCL, tore my PCL. I remember getting carried off of the field, right, having to sit in the back seat of my mom and dad's car. Okay, and then I asked the question. I was crying. Why did this happen?
Yeah.
My dad and my mom, they said, well, you got two options. You can continue to cry about it, or you can make something happen, right? Or you can go to rehab and make something happen. You can become stronger from this situation, right? We have to understand that God is a sovereign God. He didn't come into our life to secure our convenience. He comes into our lives, and sometimes people think that his will is disruptive and destructive. Okay, but sometimes you have to realize that his will is developing us. So not only is his will can be disruptive and destructive, right? You have to realize that his will is also developing you. We wonder, why is this happening? My God, are you killing me? When in fact, God is preparing you for something bigger than yourself and greater than yourself and stronger than yourself. It may be years before your questions are answered and you understand why you had to go through what you had to go through to get to what you had to get to. Just like Abraham, right? Just like Abraham. He didn't know where he was going, but he went anyway. I don't know why God is putting me through what I'm going through, but I'm going to go through it anyway because I want to go through what I have to go through in order to get to what I got to get to.
Come on.
Why is this happening? Why is this happening? Okay, that's faith right there. Why is this happening? It's because God wants to make you stronger. God wants to make you better, right? Big dog, I'm going to go ahead and throw it to you, and then I'm going to come back with it. So what you got on this topic, baby?
Man, Cam, when I saw the topic, Cam, I immediately felt something over me that just came upon me. And I was like, I don't really want to talk about that. I'm going to just go ahead and create some points. And right when you just got to talking, Cam, I felt like I just had to go back to what initially hit me. And everybody experiences some things. And I don't want, like, the listeners from the 11-year-olds to the 90-year-olds think that just because we on here, we're not going through things. You know what I'm saying? Transparency is key. You know, we motivate them, but we got to keep it real with them, too. You know what I'm saying? Man, 2020, right? I turned 30. I was getting ready to turn 30. I'm like, ooh, about to hit 30. I done had the first real apartment right there by Washington. I'm like, okay, it's about to, hey, life's about to turn up. And then COVID hit. You know what I'm saying? COVID hit. A few months after that, my uncle passed away. The same week, I lost my job. All of that stuff started happening. And I'm questioning why, right? I get another job, right? Great job, most money I've made in my life. Lost that job. And I'm like, God, why? I'm doing everything that I'm supposed to be doing. You know what I'm saying? A year and a half later, a year and a half ago, you know what I'm saying, my aunt's struggling with the dementia and has a stroke and an aneurysm, and it's all on me, right? And I'm like, why? And then one of my coworkers, he was an older gentleman, his dad passed away. He said, man, you know what I learned in the process is instead of asking why, tell God what an opportunity. What an
Yeah.
opportunity I get to experience these things. What an opportunity that I get to, you know, embrace what God's given me. Because how you tear down muscle, Ken? In order to tear down, and in order to build muscle, you got to tear it down. So
Yeah.
it's gonna hurt, Ken. And you're gonna be like, man, I'm in here working out, and I ain't looking like I want to be looking. But then you keep on going to the gym, Ken. And what happens? You start to build up. You start to flex up. Your traps start to get bigger. Your biceps start to get bigger. You know what I'm saying? Can start flexing on it one time.
You get stronger and
You
you get
get
stronger.
stronger, but you got to
Yeah.
go through some things. If your why is great enough, your how is going to
How it come? Come on, big dog. Yeah.
Hey, crisis reveals Christ in a deeper way for us, man. Psalms 34 and 18. The Lord is close to the brokenhearted and save those who are crushed in spirit. I ain't gonna lie, the last few weeks I've been a little crushed in spirit, but I get on here and I wake up every day. And hey, I'm not knowing which way I'm going most days, but I know that God is with me every step of the way, man. Hard times have a way of stripping out distractions and showing us Jesus like never before. So in these days, it is harder than the other ones can. What I do is I go harder and pray. I'm like, all right, Lord, it's just me and you. I don't know which way I'm going today, but Lord, I trust you. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
in in all that I'm going through, I know that God is my anchor for me. He's gonna comfort me, and He's gonna give me the health and the strength to do everything that I need. Because through all of the crises, I know that God is still here, man.
Yeah.
And I want to ask people to think about a time that God has felt most real to them, and I guarantee you, is when it's happened in
In
a
Christ.
situation where you was just
Hmm.
like, ooh, man, you was in a deep crisis. You may have been, Lord, if you just bless me, I ain't gonna do that no more. And the Lord bless you. You know what I'm saying? You might still went back to doing what you should have been doing, but you were in that crisis and God brought you through. And this last point, Cam, I thought about you, man. Crisis, and it's not necessarily crisis, but crisis could be a setup for calling. Joseph's story. You intended to harm me, but God intended it for good to accomplish what is now being done. We hear season 3 of the Camron Davis podcast. Every time that we think we have an idea of what something's gonna look like, God multiplies it
Mm.
times 4 times 5. And this may be a setup for calling for you, Ken. You know what I'm saying? All the people that may have betrayed you or forgotten you or overlooked you, all of that led to the purpose. Sometimes God allows our breakdown for our breakthrough.
Mm.
Why did it happen may actually be this is why it happened moment down the line. What look like a crisis may be preparation for your next assignment. Okay, you may not know what the next assignment is, but you going and doing this podcast every day. You going and motivating the kids every day. That's your next assignment. People, you just tuning in to the Cam Davis podcast. You got to strengthen yourself. You got to learn. You got to grow. Continue to read your word daily. That's going to lead you to your next assignment. And what I just got to leave with the people, Cam, is that you may not get all the answers to why it happened, but in the middle of every crisis, you can find Christ, constant, compassionate, and always in control. That's all I got for the people, Cam.
Man, I love it, man. Even in the crisis, there is
Even.
still Christ. Even in the crisis, there is still Christ. You may be going through something in your life. You don't understand why. You may have lost a loved one that was close to you. You talk to them every single day. They've
Mm.
done right, and you just don't understand why. Man, cancer. I absolutely hate cancer. I done lost some uncles. I done lost some aunts to cancer. Man, some cousins or family members, but we just don't understand why. But God chose them, right? Just like God chose you to fight these battles. You are not fighting these battles alone. We are a chosen generation and a royal priesthood. God
Mm.
has chosen you for a reason. God has chosen the listeners and the viewers for a reason, right? Everything that we go through is for a reason. God has a purpose for your pain, a reason for your struggle, and a reward for your faithfulness.
Yes,
You
sir.
are not fighting this battle alone. There will be times that the human soul is crushed. It's not a penalty, it's not judgment or God being angry with you. It's God developing you.
Mm.
Understand you're not going to get everything because you tune into the podcast, you go to church on Sundays, and you read your Bible faithfully. you're gonna suffer some things behind the scenes. You find yourself asking questions you never asked before. Where is God? What is happening? Why aren't you living like, why aren't you moving and living like you moved in the Bible? Like Moses, like Joshua and Jacob. You have to seek him, which is a good thing. Seek God. Go find God. Okay, tune in, read your Bible, go understand and listening to what God answers are. We ask the question, why is it happening? Tribulation is part of training. Did you hear what I
Ooh.
said? Tribulation is part of training. Okay, what you're going through, those trials and tribulations, is training you to become stronger and stronger.
Yeah.
Crushing and suffering is part of how God develops us to become what He wants us to be. You earn your stripes by the battles. You don't get stripes as a soldier if you don't get into the fight. You
Come on.
get them through the things that you've endured. God is with you in the pain, the suffering, and the trauma. When you go through these trials and tribulations, it does not mean that God has abandoned you. Okay, you can be confused and uncertain, but God still loves you. Jesus even had a moment out on the cross where he said, my God, why hast thou forsaken me?"
Yeah.
Even Jesus asks why. It is okay to ask why. I found out the way God rewards you for passing the last test is by giving you another test.
Another.
That's how God is rewarding you, right? You
Yeah.
may go through and go over one obstacle, but God got another one for you. Let me see you do it again, my
Come
good
on.
and my faithful servant. Let me see you do it again, my good, my strong soldier. Let me see you do it again. I am making you stronger. I am making you wiser. I am making you better. That's promotion and graduation. You've
Yeah.
reached another level. You've overcame the last obstacle that's been thrown in front of you. You've killed the lion. Now let's see what you do against the bear. You
Come on.
killed the bear. Now let me introduce you to Goliath. The battle is filled with blood, sweat, tears, and scars. So it's so you can endure. Okay? Don't give up. Don't throw in the towel. You may ask why, but understand your why and why God is putting you through what He is putting you through. Even in a crisis, there is still Christ.
Come
My
on.
dad said that the other day, a few weeks ago. Even in a crisis, there is still Christ. God has a purpose for your pain, a reason for your struggle, and a reward for your faithfulness. You are not in this battle alone. Listen to this. The victory is already written. The outcome is already secured. The enemy may come, but he can't conquer. The storm may rage, but it won't overtake us. The enemy can posture, but he can't prevail. Okay,
Yeah.
we stand not because we can't fight, but we stand because we don't have to. God is fighting the battles for us. We stand not because we're weak, but because God is strong. We stand not because we fear the battle, but because we know already the outcome, and God never loses. God, He has never failed. He's never lost a patient. He's never lost a client. He's never lost a case. God never fails. So if you stand with God, you cannot lose. Don't give up. Don't give in. Don't throw in the towel. The enemies, they plotted, but God already prepared. Before
Mm.
they spoken against you, God has already spoken for you. You don't God, we don't approve battle, right? We move in His divine assignment. We don't beg for what's already ours, but we walk for what's already written. The
Come on.
enemies will be defeated and the giants will fall. Please don't lose your hope. Please don't lose your faith. Because
Mm-mm.
whatever you ask in prayer, you will receive if you have faith. I
Come
don't know
on,
where
Kev.
it's at in the Bible, but it's somewhere in there. I believe it's somewhere in the New Testament. God is still working on me,
Yeah.
okay? But I don't know where God is going to lead you, but you cannot give up. Don't give up. God is going to swing for you. He is going to throw some punches for you. All you got to do there is stand. Don't get
Man.
down on your don't get down, don't lay down, don't surrender, just stand. Stand in the fight. God gonna make it all right.
Why?
Why is this happening? Why are we going through what we're going through? Why is God putting me to the test? It's because He wants you to have a testimony. So
Come
you can
on.
spread the word to other people and what they may be struggling with that you struggled with in your past. Why is God putting me through the fire? It's because He put Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego through the fire. And He
Yeah.
told you a lesson that Jesus is going to show up in the fire with you. Why is God putting me through the storm? It's because He can say these three things: peace, be still.
Yeah.
Why am I going through what I'm going through?
Why?
That's all. That's really all I got for everybody. Understand that you're not in this battle alone.
No, sir.
God is fighting with you. I had a conversation with somebody. I'm not gonna say I was on a date or anything like that. I don't wanna. I was probably, let's just say I was with a friend. You know what I'm saying? Not gonna say who,
Yeah.
what, when, where, and
Why?
why, but and why. So I was out with somebody, man, and they was telling me
You was
they was,
fellowship.
yeah, I was fellowshipping, buddy. I was fellowshipping, Doc, and they was telling me a situation that arose in their life. They lost somebody that was close to them, and they couldn't understand why. They couldn't understand why it happened and what went down, and why the family members are turned against them.
Hmm.
But I told them, I said, I can't put myself into your shoes. I don't know what it feels like to lose somebody like you have lost somebody, right? I don't have that relationship that you had with that person that you lost. But what I can tell you is to stand strong.
Hmm.
Don't lose the faith. Keep strong. Understand why God is putting you through this. It's to make you stronger. Have a purpose, okay? Have a reason. Have a why, okay? And then God will prevail and God will provide for you. Okay. Not only will God protect you, but He'll also provide for you. He's going to prepare you and protect you and provide for you. Just keep on, keeping on, as I like to say. Okay. So don't give up. Hey, big dog, that's all I got for the people. You got some more?
Hey, man, that was perfect. Nah, just one thing before we close out, Cam. Something that I always heard, but it wasn't until, like I said, I got in my 30s that I understood and started going through things. That everything that's happening is supposed to happen.
It's for a
So
reason.
even though it may not feel good, and we may not understand why,
Yeah.
everything that's supposed to happen, it's gonna happen. So, hey, if we lose that loved one, we lose that job, right? If we have to move into something that makes us uncomfortable, right? In order to grow, you got to be uncomfortable, Cam.
Yeah.
And you may not understand now, and you may not understand why. But as the old folks say, you'll understand it later.
Just
Right?
keep on living, baby.
Keep
Yeah,
on living.
By and by. Man,
That's all I got for him, Cam.
it's already written. Ain't no need of stressing about it. Okay, I understand trials and tribulations are gonna come, but don't stress too much about it. Whatever
Yeah.
you're praying for, ain't no need of you stressing about it. Put it in God's hand. Let Him fight the battle for you. It's already written. Okay, it's already written. You're His child. He's gonna take care of you. I love you. I love you. If nobody else tells you, I'm gonna tell you right now. I love you. I love you. Cam Davis, love you. Big Dog, love you.
I love you.
Keep on fighting. Keep on keeping on. Don't give up. As I always say, much love, many blessings. Y'all keep on keeping on. And of course, smile and keep the faith.
Love y'all.
All you have to do is smile and keep the faith. Smile and keep the faith. Hey.
What's up, everybody? I appreciate you tuning in to another episode of the Cam Davis Podcast. If you enjoyed what you heard, please leave a like, a comment, and if you're not already, go ahead and subscribe. The most important thing that you can do is share. So please go ahead and share this video because you never know who you might impact. And as always, much love, many blessings. Y'all keep on keeping on, and of course, smile and keep the faith.